1982 Ford Fiesta. Now this is, to me, one of the coolest little cars I bring to the channel. This one is a beautiful example. Mark 1 Fiesta L that came from the factory. It's the economy model, so it means that it was sort of a mid-range classic Fiesta that came out in 1982. This has the 1.1 litre, claimed to be around 54 brake horsepower, I think, but leave a comment below if you do know any more than that. But what a cool little car to have. These things are never on the road anymore. You see the Escorts, you see, you know, various other classic Fords, but you just don't see many of these Fiestas anymore. And this one, as a huge highlight, has 38,000 miles from the factory, so it is just pristine condition. It's done about 1,000 miles a year since it came out in 82. So what's it like to drive one of these? Now, yes, you're driving a classic car, and you need to remember that once getting out of, you know, a slightly newer car, you get into these classics and you realise what driving pleasure is all about, in my opinion. And I've got a lust for classic cars these days. The fact that I'm able to jump in this one today and just go and enjoy it, you know, no crazy silly power and no silly choo-choo noises or anything like that. It's just an honest little car. And as we rev it round to no rev counter in front of me, which I've just realised there is no rev counter in this little thing. It is about the pure driving pleasure of driving one of these. This came out, you know, in the era of cool cars, in my opinion. The 80s was such a cool era for car design, car looks. People were going down the economy route. That's why this car sort of existed. The economy spec of this car means that it has first, second, third, and E, which is economy drive, which is fourth gear. It's got a little bit more gearing in it, which means that you can actually retain a better MPG figure. Very, very cool thinking, forward thinking really from Ford at the time, to save you some money on fuel at the end of the day, to save you some money in your drive to work or your drive to school. So, what does it feel like? And I love this steering wheel, very of era, nice blue leather stitching going round. It means that it actually drives a lot better than an original one. The original one had a huge steering wheel, so it gives it a bit more of a race car feel. This also is sat on gas coilovers, so it actually rides incredibly nice. It's a little bit chockable as well. You can actually throw this thing around. As I was talking to the owner, he likes to put it into corners and just enjoy it, knowing full well that it has a newer age suspension all round on this little Fiesta. Very cool taking the new age stuff and putting it on the old school cars. I'm a big fan of that sort of stuff. Inside we have no rev counter, as I've already explained, but we have petrol gauge, we have a temperature gauge, and we have a speedo up front, and it also has first, second, third and E and reverse in a little pattern just in front of you. Again, design quirks from the 80s. Other things to point out from the interior: it has basically a full standard interior bar the seats. It has RS Turbo Recaros up front, probably one of the best seats ever made in my opinion. Incredibly comfortable, very supportive in this little 1.1 litre Fiesta, which gives it more of a cool factor in my opinion. You know, the standard ones are nice, don't get me wrong, but I think Recaros in a little Fiesta is the way to go. It also has Sierra back seats, which someone has modified to put in this little Fiesta. Again, a very old school cool modification that's been put into the back of this thing. Really like the look of it as well. It really completes the interior with these front Recaros and that rear Sierra bench. The car is lowered around 60-70 mil round on the coilovers, and it also has these Fiesta Super Sport wheels which complete the outside look. Lowering and putting a set of wheels on one of these little Fiestas makes them look so much cooler. Again, this is actually a very genuine car. It's got the little 1.1 still up front. It has the original paint on the actual bodywork, original paint from 82. Yes, there's a couple of scuffs, a little bit of cracking going on at the back, but it's original paint, which is just so awesome to me. The actual engine bay itself has had a little bit of paint here and there, but the engine has been completely gone from. There is loads of new bolts, loads of new little bits and bobs in the engine bay to keep this thing alive, so it's enjoyable for whoever is driving it. You want the reliability in one of these little cars, and this up front has it. So guys, pulling over, let's have a quick look round this 1982 Ford Fiesta.
So 1982 1.1L economy model Fiesta. Absolutely love this little thing. I've enjoyed myself today. But before it starts raining, I'll try and go through a bit more specs on this car for you guys. So it's a 4-speed manual. Just go up in here. I'll show you this, guys, first. Open the door. Inside we have Recaros from an Escort RS Turbo, and we have the Sierra rear bench that's been cut into the rear of this car. Very, very cool. Again, something I personally haven't seen. Very, very cool inside. And we have this Mountley steering wheel here, blue leather in there. Very, very cool. Interior is pretty much original other than the seats, and we have a extension on the gear knob, and we have a Kenwood stereo down there with a couple of speakers just to make it a little bit more dailyable. But coming around the outside, it is a complete factory paint job on this. Very, very cool to see it still in fantastic condition. Love the blue as well. Coming to the front end, we have skinny bumpers on this one, coming down to the Fiesta Super Sport wheels, which I'm a big fan of, and again lowered on the Gaz coilovers all round. Very, very cool look on this little Fiesta. Again, you don't see too many of these days, so yeah, I'm just pretty much taking it all in this video. Coming around the back end, skinny bumpers continue with this exhaust system, just a custom exhaust system from the owner. Lovely black bumpers there with a little Fiesta logo. Coming into the engine bay, we have a little bit of paint that's been put in here just to refresh the whole bay. But as you can see, new bolts all over the engine bay. The catch is actually the original one, but just cleaned right up. Absolutely beautiful. And this has had a complete reworkings all under here just to make it usable, make it as it should be from the factory. This is the 1.1, about 54 brake horsepower from the factory. We have a K&N air filter just on top there, and if you can just see just down there, the gearbox has had a full overhaul with a Quaife diff inside there. So
the fact that this thing has had a little life, you know, it's 38,000 miles, so it hasn't been around the world or anything, but it's just genuine. It's genuine. I love little cars like this, and I really wanted to make this video so proper and show the excitement of this thing, but I just want to go and cruise in it. I want to cruise around in this thing and just enjoy an old school car on a beautiful road on a sunny day, and that's what classic motoring, in my opinion, is all about. Something like this that is just genuine, still with the original paint, lovely fresh engine up front, new age suspension with these cool wheels, nice little exhaust out the back. It doesn't get any better than that. And you know, it's far and few between these days. These little Fiestas are so hard to come by. You've got to remember, it comes from an era where these were disposable. People were getting rid of these left, right and centre when, you know, they didn't want them anymore. And it's so nice in 2019 to be B-road bashing, or at least cruising, in something like this. So cool. And the owner has done a fantastic job of just recreating and keeping this thing on the road and just keeping it nice. Yes, it's had a couple of bits changed over to new age stuff, but that's the way to go with this classic stuff. The gearbox as well, we do have a Quaife, because the person that owns this car works at Quaife, so it actually has a new age Quaife diff in the gearbox. Something very, very cool in this little 1.1 litre. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I absolutely love the classic stuff. If you did like this video, head over to fydapparel.com, cop yourself some merch to support the channel, and I will see you all on the next video.